Good morning, everybody. Well, it's Saturday, which means there are a lot of football fixtures on this afternoon, and I will be taking in yet another game from the Northern Football Alliance League. So I'm actually going all the way out to Haltwhistle this afternoon. I'm getting a lift out there. It's a place I've not been before, and a place I'm not going to get an awful lot of opportunity to go to, so I'm looking forward to that. So the match is going to be Haltwhistle Jubilee against Seaton Delaval. So that's quite a long journey for Seaton Delaval, but similar to the one that Haltwhistle have to make every other week, I'd say. So, looking at the two teams so far this season, they've played 3 games each. Haltwhistle are currently unbeaten with 2 wins and a draw. Seaton Delaval did get their first win after 2 losses last week, which was against Bedlington Terriers. So that's a game less both teams have played than a lot of the teams. I am aware Haltwhistle did have one abandoned at Westmore and Jesmond the other week, but they've had 3 completed games and done quite well so far, I'd say, judging by the results, as they're unbeaten. Looking at the score lines, they've already scored a total of 9 goals in 3 games, and it looks like Jack Barker is particularly dangerous for them. As for Seaton Delaval, they have, as I said, managed to get their first win, which was against Bedlington Terriers, and their goals have come from players such as Cole Sharp and Andrew Robertson. So going into the game, Haltwhistle will probably be the more confident, but both teams are coming in off the back of wins. So hopefully that means we're going to get a decent game today with some good football. So that's what I'm hopefully looking forward to. We'll see what happens, and I will check in with you guys once I get to the ground. Okay, so I am back from Haltwhistle after watching the game and having a rather nice pie in the Jubilee pub afterwards. So if you ever go to Haltwhistle, I definitely recommend checking that out. Anyway, as for the game, it finished 5-0 to Haltwhistle, so quite a convincing scoreline for them in the end. I'll give you a little summary of what happened. The game started with a lot of attacking from Haltwhistle. They got forward and eventually broke the deadlock about halfway through the first half. It was a penalty which Jack Barker dispatched in order to go 1-0 up at that time, and it was Barker who also got the second goal. Some quite good play from Haltwhistle. I'm not sure who got the assist, but it was Barker who finished quite nicely. So in the second half, they picked up from where they left off, really, with what I would say was my favourite goal of the game, the third one. There was some really good play from Haltwhistle, and I think it was Jack Barker who put the final ball in, which was finished by Oliver Pearson. So that was a really enjoyable goal to watch, as you can see on the highlights. Seaton Delaval's best chance of the game came when Abu Baker Salim crossed in and substitute Stanley Ogunsuyi got a header away which headed towards goal, and it was tipped over by the Haltwhistle goalkeeper Tom White. The fourth goal was another one Haltwhistle will have been pleased with, I think. It was a very powerful strike from Owen Murtagh, which went near the top corner. It certainly did enough to beat the Seaton Delaval goalkeeper, and then Barker did complete his hat-trick with another penalty in order to score the final goal of the game and result in the 5-0 win. So looking at it from the perspective of both teams and how I think they played today, Haltwhistle, I think, came in with a lot of attacking flair during the game. They played a lot of balls forward and they pressed very highly. So there were a lot of balls that went forward, which they sometimes latched onto. But if they did find themselves losing it and Seaton Delaval tried to play out from the back, the high press was always there, with a lot of players up there putting the pressure on, and that often worked for them. As for Seaton Delaval, they did have moments where they got forward. They forced quite a lot of corners, but weren't able to find their way past Tom White in the Haltwhistle goal. Positives for Seaton Delaval include the fact that they were able to get forward. They went forward quite well on the wings at times through players such as Cole Sharp, but they weren't able to find a finishing touch at any point. I think if they are able to score a few more goals in the future, the results will be a lot more competitive. So they'll obviously be disappointed with the loss today, but they'll hope that they see some positives in the side and can look to turn it into more favourable results in the future. I'm not entirely sure what their goals are for the season, given they did finish quite low last season, but they will obviously hope to improve on that and may have the potential to do so. Haltwhistle will obviously be pleased with the way they played today. The attacking strategy worked quite well for them, and they also defended very well. They didn't let an awful lot get past them, and that did result in the clean sheet. So where does that leave us? It's still unbeaten for Haltwhistle with 3 wins and 1 draw. They will look to continue to build on that as they go forward, and Seaton Delaval still have that win on the board, so they'll look to try and put things right next week. So enjoyable to be out there today. Thank you to everyone involved in getting this game on. And again, I urge all of you to get out and support the Northern Football Alliance if you can. It's a good league to be part of, and we saw today some very entertaining football at times. So again, if you want to see the full game, please contact one of the clubs, as I believe it's their footage to distribute, as it's their game, and they'll be able to let you have that if they are willing. Please also look at these teams on their social media platforms. I don't think there's any other footage out there, but obviously some comments from the clubs and thoughts going forward, so please do check those out as well. Thanks a lot for watching, and I should be back soon, hopefully with some more football and some other sports as well. So hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye.